Hello and welcome to the Courage Your Frights, a channel where we talk about movies and games, especially those dealing with the sci-fi, action, and horror genres. And today I'm going to be talking about the Disney Plus special Werewolf by Night, which debuted on October 7th, 2022, which is the today as of the time of this recording. So this film was directed by Michael Giacchino, who is very much well known as a film composer of many different films that you've probably known, including the Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland, as well as Doctor Strange and many others, but those are his MCU entries. This movie stars Gael Garcia Bernal and Laura Donnelly, and it's about the Bloodstone family, which is a family of monster hunters, and the patriarch of the family, Ulysses, passes away, and he calls for all the famous monster hunters to come to his estate, and he puts together like a big hunt where they have to track down a monster and kill it to gain this sort of item MacGuffin called the Bloodstone, which will reveal a monster when it's nearby. And Laura Donnelly's character, Elsa Bloodstone, is the estranged daughter of Ulysses, who doesn't want to be there at all, but she's there reluctantly. And another reluctant hunter is a guy named Jack, who's Gael Garcia Bernal's character. And those two kind of meet up and they work together on the hunt. And there's a lot of twists and turns, and we find out what's going on. Eventually, there's a werewolf involved, obviously, as the title suggests, Werewolf by Night. And this whole film is very much a homage to classic Universal monsters of the 1930s and 40s in particular. And the style is done like a 1930s film for sure. Obviously the cinematography, it's black and white. Some of the ways it's directed is similar to a 30s film. The title screen is very much like a Universal monster movie. So it does a very good job of being a tribute to that. And you don't see that very often. And these days, everything's about the 80s for the most part. So seeing something that's paying tribute to the 1930s is extremely rare. And instead of being a 6, 8, or even 12 episode series, it being a 50-minute standalone movie was actually quite refreshing for something from the MCU. So it's very much like a one and done standalone. We could revisit these characters in the future, and I kind of want to see them do that, but it could also just be a one-off standalone, or it could be something that maybe Disney revisits every Halloween or something like that. We got a lot of really cool creature designs. It's very brief. A lot of them are just heads on a wall or something, but we got a Sasquatch. We got really cool looking vampires, which I absolutely hope is a hint at things to come in the Blade movie, because those are very cool designs. And the monster that they're hunting turns out to be Man Thing, which is a nice surprise. Very interesting kind of swamp creature. And that was well done. The effects are good in this. The action's good. It's actually surprisingly bloody for a Disney Plus thing. But I think they got away with that because of the black and white format for the most part. And as I said, I think the film greatly benefits from being a 50-minute long standalone project as opposed to being something connected to a wider universe. It takes place in the same timeline as the Avengers, but it doesn't really reference anything outside of its own self-contained storyline, so that was nice. I could see this at one point was probably supposed to be a TV show, but I think they made a very good decision by making it just a standalone TV movie. And I think that may be something that's happening across the board at Disney, because Armor Wars was recently announced to have been changed from being a 8 or 12 episode series into a feature film. So this may be something that's happening on a wider scale at Disney now. So I'm for it. I would be down for more of this Werewolf by Night stuff, but I do like that it's a standalone thing that can act as its own film without having to watch like 50 hours of content to understand what's going on. So, as a nice little Halloween treat, I would say definitely check it out. Highly recommended from me as somebody who is himself a big fan of classic Universal monsters. I got a kick out of this. So, if you like monster movies, Universal or otherwise, or you're a fan of Marvel in general, I would definitely recommend this and give it a watch. So you can check it out on Disney Plus. And as always, thanks for watching. See ya.